Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Seoul, South Korea. We are staying at the Intercontinental Grand Seoul Parnas and we are really excited to be here. We've got a really nice room, as you can see behind me. We're going to take a tour of the room in just a few moments, but first I'm going to run back down to the lobby and show you what that looks like because it's so beautiful. And then we're going to go take a look at the gym. Of course, we got to take a peek at that gym, and then we're going to take a look at the pool, and then we'll go up and take a look at the executive lounge before we come back down and take a tour of this room. So we're going to start out down here in the lobby. It's such a beautiful lobby. Start out over here at the concierge desk here on the left. This is the check-in area here, but that's not the best part. That's just a little check-in area. Look at how pretty this little kind of cafe is on this side. It looks like a library because there's books, but there's not. It's not a library, it's a little cafe. If you look inside, you see the little cafe right there. And then there's a pretty area on this other side that has like this, it's like the lobby lounge bar, it says. But look at that. That's really beautiful. I love that. And then this is also, as I mentioned before, is connected to the Coax Mall. And also I think the convention center. So let's go check some of that out. Let's see what's over here on this side. Looks like there's an art exhibit on this side, and it's connected with the Intercontinental. So you can actually get to the breakfast area from here. Look at how pretty this is. This is the Grand Deli. I think they have a few different restaurants. And then it's like I don't know that it's anything other than just a wine bar. And then on this side is the Grand Kitchen, which is where the breakfast is. And I'll show you inside what that looks like in just a moment. We'll come back to the inside of that. And then let's walk about this way. Looks like there's an upstairs here too. Look at how pretty that is. That's beautiful. You can go up these stairs here. I'm assuming that's to like the convention area. Looks like there's quite a few groupings of people here. Cute little shops and stuff out here. Like over here in the corner, over there. Cute little cafes. A lot of different things. There's also a GS25, which is like it's a convenience store. It's a small one, but it has pretty much anything that you would want in there. So let's go up to, I think, the third floor and go take a look at the fitness center and the pool. This is the swimming pool. They have 3 lanes. It looks like one is for free swimming for the hotel guests, one is for lap swimming for hotel guests, and then one is for fitness members only, which is this last lane. So they kind of have it separated out, which is kind of nice. Looks like just 1 person per lane, maybe 2, I'm not sure. And then there's a hot tub on the other side. They have quite a few chairs where you can sit, but this is all indoors. This is an indoor pool, so it looks like it's just open year-round, which is really nice. So this is actually a fitness center for more than just the hotel room, the hotel. So there's golf, Pilates, they have trainers at the gym. The gym is huge. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Nice big place, golf range, putting green. Okay guys, we are back down at the room and I'm starting here. This is the front door and we're going to back up here just a second and show you. We've got the front door here and there's a nice full-length mirror here. This goes into the bathroom. There's two ways in. I'll show you that in just a moment, but we're going to start right here in the living room. So yeah, I said living room because this is a junior suite. We actually booked a King Classic using points, 49,000 points, which is about the equivalent of about $250 for this room. So it's not the cheapest, but I also had a confirmable suite upgrade and I called, I think last week, which is about a week before the stay, about 2 weeks actually before the stay, and then they did have a suite available, so they did give us the confirmable suite upgrade. We are only staying for 4 nights, so we were able to use that coupon because it's only good for 5 nights or less. So let's go back to the tour of the room. So this is the junior suite, guys, instead of the regular room. Starting right here, so nice to have the couch. And this couch is actually super comfortable, you guys. The table is nice. And then this is the TV, of course, Samsung, very nice. And also a room humidifier or dehumidifier. The desk here is really nice. And then you've got this little kind of refreshment area. We'll look at that in just a moment. And then, of course, your nice fancy panel. You get to control of your air and then control of lights. And at the door, you do have to put their room key in. And then you also have the do not disturb and the makeup room. And then you can turn on the master lights from there. So let's continue on right here with this tour. We've got our little mini bar area here. And we've already got a few of our things here. We got in at like 1 a.m., so I did not do a tour before putting all of our things out. So you're getting a tour with all of our things kind of sitting about the room. But this is nice. You've got this pod machine, Nespresso, and they give you the pods right here. So that's really nice back here. And then, of course, you've got some tea. There is a kettle in here down at the bottom. These drawers pull out. You've got your cups there, sugar and all that kind of fun stuff. And we got a couple of snacks, fruit, protein bar, and some crackers. And then here, they've got the little mini, it's a little mini bar. As you can see, it's got some drinks in there, and they provide you with some bottled water. And they put some of it in the fridge and some of it on the counters and a couple of glasses here. There's also more mini bar items in here. Now, a peculiar thing is this next drawer here I found. And they're really working towards sustainability, but they've got, as you can see, they're charging for things like toothbrush, toothpaste, razor, shaving gel, and kids' amenity, bathroom amenity. Now, these prices aren't very high. This isn't a ton of money, but they don't want people to just take these for the heck of it. So this is what happens when people just take it and misuse them or just end up throwing them away. They end up charging you a little fee for them to try to keep the cost down. And then you've got a few snacks in here as well. So that's this little area here. And then you've got, of course, your desk area here. And you've got the phone, and we've got our stuff out per usual, but you've got these outlets here, and these say 220 only, and we found that that is the case, so it has to be something that is 220. So if you're using an adapter like ours with something that's dual voltage, you have to use the other spot. Don't use the one that says 220 only because it might not work. You've got some USBs and the HDMI there. Look at this nice view out here of the city. So this hotel is in the Gangnam neighborhood, which is really nicely located. The Coex Mall is actually downstairs, so that's pretty cool. So one more quick peek here at the living room area. And now we're gonna come here into the bedroom area. Check this out. Really nice. I love this little extra chair and table right here. Nightstand on each side. Nice king size bed. She just came and made up our room, so you get to see the bed all nicely done. And then also a Samsung TV in here. And it's a pretty good size, as you can see. It's almost the full size of this divider right here, which is kind of wild. So You also in here, this one I was able to use easily right here, and 2 USB outlets. This is our trusty friend. I've got that tagged below in the description. It's got 5, so 3 USB-Cs, 1, 2, 3, and 2 regular USBs. Plus you can use this outlet as well, which is a universal, but it's also a universal behind here, like on the other side. So you've got that and control panel for all of the lighting as well. And you can also do the do not disturb and makeup room from here. So that's good. This is the bathroom here. We're going to go in there in just a second. Now, this is kind of interesting. You'll see things like this in Asia. So my husband Rob had set his pajamas down on the floor. And when they came and did the room, she set this down and put his pajamas on top of it, so his pajamas would not be on the floor. I thought that was really cute and very sweet. I'm sure it's makes a lot of sense for here, but I thought that was very sweet. More USBs over here, and they provided a couple of these cords for us. They were already plugged in here. From here you can control the air, just like out there, and then again, a panel here for the lights as well. So that's pretty good. So let's take a look at this bathroom. It's 3 rooms basically. So we're going to start over here first. The shower and the tub. Can we take a look at this tub, which I will be using today? We got in so late last night, I was too exhausted to take a bath. I wished I would have though, because it would have been really nice since we were so pooped from our flight. Look at this massive shower. I don't know if you could really tell how enormous it is, but look at this rain shower head. It's so big. It's fantastic. The pressure is so good, and the temperature is also really good. You do the temperature here, and you turn it on here. You can also use the handheld one, but why would you do that when you've got this guy? You've got shampoo, conditioner, and body wash, which is really nice. And can we just take a moment and talk about these towels? These towels are literally like the size of a blanket. I could wrap it twice around my body, which is really wild. So I really love a good towel. So look at these mirrors, beautiful, nice soft lighting around it, and then 2 little sconces. And then you've got the double sink, which is wonderful. A scale, of course, we're in Asia, and extra towels there. So this is quite nice to have all of this and the individual sinks. And then this is part number 3 of the bathroom, which is the closet area. And I've got my bag in here, hangers. We do get robes as well. And you've got your safe and some drawers right there. And then last bit is, of course, the commode. It is not an automatic one, but you do have the little panel here that you run. This is a light we have in here for at night. We travel with this so that we can turn it on if we need to. It's a soft light, so it won't blind you if you need light at night. So here there is a door here to the bedroom. There's a door that separates that part from this part, the closet and the commode. And then when you get back to here, there's another door that separates the closet from the commode and bathroom area. And then the next thing you know, you're right back at the front door. So that's pretty good. So we're going to be here. Our stay is is 4 days. So I'll give you guys my review and run the numbers for you coming up next. All right, guys. So quite a property. We are so happy with our choice to stay at the Intercontinental. It was just amazing. So this is probably one of the highest scoring properties that I think I've ever stayed at. And it earns every single one of these points. So let me put the score up here and then let me tell you all about it. So first off, we're going to talk about location. We're going to give this one 10 out of 10. The location was fantastic. We happened to be there on probably one of the hottest days of the year. So we were trying to stay more indoors. We were there for just a few days. So it was great that the Starfield, the Coex Starfield Mall was right below it. The, Gangnam style statue or, thing was right outside the mall there, and the temple right across the way. So there was a lot of stuff that was really close that you didn't have to walk outside for a lot outside for it. You could use the indoor basically corridors. And then on top of that, you could also catch the metro right from the hotel as well without going outside. So that was really good too. So 10 out of 10 for that location. You could do tons. There's tons of food in the mall. And then of course, the GS25 is also right next, not far from the lobby area, and several restaurants right in the same building. So tons of stuff available for you right there. And it's in the Gangnam neighborhood. So really, it's a fantastic place to land, especially for your first time in Seoul. It's a great place to be, and it's just so nice to be there. So 10 out of 10 for the location. Can't sing its praises much more than that. Cleanliness, 10 out of 10. It was absolutely spotless. I didn't see, I don't think, even a spot of dust anywhere. There were people cleaning all around all the time, staff everywhere. Really, really clean, 10 out of 10. Amenities, incredible amenities. Now, I'm going to give this one a 19 out of 20. Let me explain myself why I didn't give it a 20 out of 20. The only reason why I think 19 out of 20 is because you are sharing a ton of those amenities with just whoever has a membership to the gym. So it was fine because it didn't seem like it was overly busy, but it was pretty busy for the most part. So you are sharing that with the gym members. And as you saw at the pool area, also they had it split between where the hotel guests could swim and where the gym members could swim. So that's the only drawback there. But honestly, everything was amazing. 19 out of 20 for that one. Service, 10 out of 10. We got to this hotel in the middle of the night. I think it was maybe like 2 a.m. and they greeted us like it was 2 p.m. They were just, bright-eyed and bushy-tails, super friendly and welcoming, and just getting us all set up. And that leads me into also the lounge. The lounge at this hotel was probably one of the best lounges I think we've ever been to. The 10 out of 10, I'd have given it 20 out of 10. Incredible. The food was amazing, but the staff in the lounge was phenomenal, above and beyond. And if you've watched this channel before and you've seen some of my other reviews, especially at the Intercontinentals, the Intercontinental Landmark 72 was previously one of my favorites. This has dethroned them, which is tough to do because it's such a fabulous lounge at the Landmark 72. But this one at the Intercontinental Parnas Seoul is incredible. The food was above and beyond. They served filet in the evening one night, and just everything else that went with it. There was just so much there for all the meals that there's really no way to give this less than a 10. If anything, I would give it more than a 10, but let's stop at that. Elite recognition, 10 out of 10. We booked this on points, as I mentioned earlier, and we used the confirmable suite upgrade. I called, I believe it was right at the 14-day mark, because you can call up to 14 days before. So I called and was able to secure us the suite, which was really great. And so they just gave us one in a nice spot. So that was really good. And they did, obviously say, thanks for being a diamond, all that kind of jazz stuff. But the real, good stuff is when they give you the good upgrades, which they did. And of course, giving us the lounge access as well, which was amazing. So 10 out of 10 there. Value, 8 out of 10. This is really the only bad category for them, and that is because it's not the cheapest, as I mentioned. We did treat ourselves on this one a little bit because it was going to be a short stay. So we thought, and we had kind of extra points because we're always buying points whenever those are available. So give it an 8 out of 10, but it really was worth what we paid. It's not one of the, lower end as far as points redemption goes. But because we were able to pair that confirmable suite upgrade with it, it made it a pretty decent value, thus the 8 out of 10. Sleep environment, gonna give it a 9 out of 10. There was a little bit of noise from the road below, really not a ton, but the blackout blinds were really good and the air conditioning was really nice and cold. So that was great. And it was a very quiet hotel. You could barely hear any noises. They had very light music playing in the hallway. You could barely hear that. It was really good. A very nice sleep environment for the most part, other than just being able to hear the cars a little bit here and there. There wasn't a ton of honking. If you've been in Seoul, not a ton of honking there, but you do hear like the big heavy trucks and things like that. So 9 out of 10. And overall experience, a 10 out of 10 at this one. Highly, highly, highly recommend this hotel if you're going to Seoul, especially if it's your first time. Boy, this is the perfect place to land. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed this. 96 out of 100 for the Intercontinental Seoul Parnas. Really deserves every one of those points. If you have questions, guys, leave those down in the comment section. I'll see you guys on the next one.